2002. Tonight, our chief investigator, Charlie Specht, confronts the priest and the bishop.
I've never met the gentleman. No.
Bishop Richard Malone is distancing himself from this man, the Reverend Donald Becker, who for 35 years stood at the altar in churches across Western New York. Becker retired quietly 15 years ago, but the 7 Eyewitness News I-Team has now learned he was forced from the pulpit because of allegations of sexual abuse. Abuse the diocese acknowledged today for the first time, only after questioning by the I-Team. 7 Eyewitness News is not naming the victims of the abuse, who decades later remained traumatized. But one man claims Becker abused him in the 1970s at St. Bonaventure Parish in West Seneca. 2 other men say they were molested as boys while Becker served at Saints Peter and Paul in Hamburg. Another independent source who spent years working within the diocese has verified that Becker was among multiple priests removed for suspected sexual abuse. The source identified Becker as one of the earliest abusers in the diocese. I reached Becker by phone today at his home in Florida.
I have some children who say that you sexually abused them at multiple parishes in Buffalo. Is that true?
No, it isn't.
Have you ever, abused anybody while you were a priest?
No, I did not.
Why do you think that so many people have come forward and said that they were being abused by you? What do you have to say to these people?
You don't know.
And while the abuse allegedly took place in the 1970s, Becker remained an active priest until 2002, when the worldwide clerical abuse scandal was just breaking in Boston. But our 7 Eyewitness News I-Team investigation discovered that 6 months after the scandal broke, former Buffalo Bishop Henry Manzel announced Becker was being given a medical leave of absence. No mention was ever made of any sexual abuse.
Medical leave is code for treatment for pedophilia. Based on my experience in representing thousands of clergy sexual abuse victims and reviewing tens of thousands of documents.
Mitchell Garabedian is a Boston attorney featured in the movie Spotlight. He represents one of Becker's alleged victims at St. Peter and Paul.
It is time for the diocese to come clean and state what they knew and when they knew about Father Becker's sexual molestation of children. It's time to stop hiding and be honest and be transparent.
Becker told me the medical leave was for Parkinson's, but Bishop Richard Malone acknowledged today that Becker was removed in 2002 after American bishops took a zero-tolerance approach to sexual abuse.
Why has Father Becker's name never been revealed to the public?
Well, of course, this all predates my arrival in the diocese. I don't know all those details.
You've been here for a few years now.
5.5. Yeah.
Why have you never released these names to the public?
There are many reasons for that. That's the policy I inherited. Right now, as you folks know, we've been studying that very, very carefully, and you can expect some news on that next week.
Now, Thursday, the bishop meets with his priest personnel board, and there are some people who think he will finally reveal the names and details of some of these abusive priests in the Buffalo Diocese after that meeting. In the meantime, we're going to keep telling these stories. If you are a victim of clerical sex abuse, you want to share that story with us, you can call our I-Team confidential tip line at 840-7750 or shoot us an email at iteam@wkbw.com. Keith?